Serious conversation time. Over the last 9+ years that I've served on City Council, there have been several hot topics of discussion, and in those topics, the public does not feel that they are heard, and they feel that their vote does not matter. And because of that, we see low voter turnout in the city of Findlay. Looking back, in 2013 and 14, one of the first hot topics was the downtown improvement area. People wanted to see things improved, but people were not in favor of the mid-block crosses. However, the administration moved forward with their agenda. From there, another hot topic was the Blanchard Street bike path. People did not want to see that road go to one lane with a separate bike lane. There was concern expressed, but the project moved forward. We then had the downtown park. People have expressed repeatedly that they do not want a $40 million park. Yes, they want the area improved. Yes, they want to connect bike paths. Yes, we want to have an area for food trucks, but $40 million to get from point A to B does not resonate with the people because they don't see the value in an $8 million bridge. They don't see the need currently for an amphitheater because we have an area at Riverside Park. From there, we had the discussions about a 50% water rate increase. People are struggling to manage their budgets in their households as it is, and the 50% water rate increase was not validated to the public to justify that amount of an increase. There was opportunity to raise water rates because we hadn't raised them in over 10 years, but 50% was not validated to the public. But again, it moved forward. These types of things have frustrated you. They frustrate me. I try to be a voice of reason and have some tough conversations, but it doesn't change the vote at the end of the day. With that being said, we're going to talk politics, and it's everywhere. Politics is in your daily life, whether you're an elected official or not. However, recently I was made aware of a letter circulating our community by a certain group of business individuals that are looking to forward Mayor MURYN's administration and having a 6 vote on council so she can continue that rubber stamp. The letter itself was very eye-opening and shocking, and I want you to hear a couple little clips out of it so that you understand it, because you need to. The letter says, over the last 12 months, we recognized a growing threat to our community in which people with extremist, obstructional, conspiracy, and irrational views are attempting to take over the city and county leadership positions. Says, my colleagues and I are seeing significant negative ramifications resulting from the growing influence of this extremist group. If they take over City Council, we fear that both Findlay's image and growth will be severely damaged. As a result, we have nurtured and developed candidates for the open Findlay City Council positions. Our commitment to these candidates was to support their campaign both structurally and financially. The candidates that are being endorsed by this group and Carol Smith is running in 3rd Ward. and I know nothing about her, but what I do know is when I picked up everybody's petitions who filed for city council, Mayor Christina MURYN circulated every single petition for Carol Smith to get on the ballot. Carol did not submit one on her own behalf with any signatures. And that should be an alarming realization for the public to understand. Although it is legal that any Republican can circulate petitions for a candidate running for Republican office, the ethical situation is that city council is the checks and balances of the administration. And by her circulating all of these petitions for Carol, it says that Carol is bought and paid for as a guaranteed yes vote for the Mayor MURYN administration. I don't know Carol. I'm sure she's a very nice person, but she has put herself in quite the pickle, in my view. Now, this letter that I read the couple excerpts out of for you was signed by Mary Beth Hammond, Councilman DeArment, Tom Lause, and Dave Glass. And when I first got the letter, I thought, this is crazy. This can't possibly be real. I know where Mary Beth stands. She's always been a Mahalik MURYN supporter. So that doesn't surprise me. That's just how she does business. Tom Lause helped run Mayor MURYN's campaign for mayor in 2019. So I know where he's at. DeArment, I think it is very in your face that you have a candidate that's being reelected to city council uncontested that has a very strong motivation to continue Mayor MURYN's agenda. The fourth gentleman on the list, which was Dave Glass, was surprising to me. I've been friends with Dave for decades. I always valued his thoughts. We would always pass in the grocery store and he would tell me that I was doing the right thing on city council, keep fighting the good fight. So I reached out to Dave because I wanted to make sure this letter was real. And he validated that the letter was real. So it was unfortunate, but I appreciated the truth and honesty that he gave me on that. But I think this letter, the public needs to understand. Who are the extremists? And that is a very toxic, bold word. I don't believe anybody that's running for city council is an extremist. Everybody's entitled to their thoughts and their views, but at the end of the day, when you serve on city council, you're going to be focusing on legislation that's being placed in front of you. You're going to be addressing the public and their concerns. It's not about your personal agendas of any kind. It's supposed to be about the community as a whole. You're running because your heart is in Findlay, Ohio, and you want to see it do better. You want to see it move forward in a smart, sustainable way. For this letter to be calling people out as an extremist is very disheartening, and it's extremely bad politics. And we cannot continue this bad politics moving forward. So I'm going to encourage every single person to vote in the May 6th primary. Early voting starts April 8th. Everybody except for Ward 4 is going to have 2 options for the city council seat to be filled. And for city council at large, there are 6 candidates with 3 seats to be filled. I want you to do your homework. I want you to absorb what this letter is about, and I want you to make the decision of how you want our community to move forward. I want you to make the vote of having that voice and putting people on council that align with your values. Because Findlay is a small town community with awesome, wonderful community values, and we need to maintain that.